Hi everybody, today we are going to draw a portrait. Some people may wonder, what's a portrait? I'll show you. A portrait could be something like a photograph. We've all these pictures, all our Cheyenne peeps here. A portrait could be a drawing. I've got this drawing of my daughter Kira here. A portrait could be a self-portrait. There was something that Van Gogh did back in 1889. What do all those things have in common? They have a person, a face as the main idea. Even though that portraits of all those photos were small, each one was individualized. And today I'm going to show you how to draw a face with some really basic shapes and some guidelines to help you fit everything within the space so things are in proportion with each other. You can totally do this. And for those of you who have been drawing lots of faces over the years, I encourage you to still watch the video, try it out, and then challenge yourself. See if you can add some more things to it. If you're into shading and value, maybe add some fun things, glasses, braces, so you can do more with it as well. So today you'll need a paper and pencil. You might want to have an eraser on the side as well, because we will be erasing some of our guidelines we put down, and you can use anything you've got around to color. All right, so let's do this. We're going to be creative and make some portraits. All right, so to start our face, we are going to make a large oval. So that means it's a stretched out circle, and I'm just using my finger to draw an imaginary one so I can make it pretty big. There'll still be some space all around it towards the edges of the paper. So now I'm going to go ahead and press down with my pencil to make an oval, and I'm pressing down hard so you guys can see. You don't have to press down this hard when you draw. So I have this oval shape for my face. Now I'm going to do my best to divide this shape in half. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it. I can take my pencil. Is that half? Nah, not quite. Is that getting there? Kinda. I would guess maybe somewhere in here would be half of that oval. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger there, and I'm going to make some dash lines going across to kind of split that shape in half. If it's not exactly in half, that's all right, but we're just trying our best to get that guideline going. Once we have that guideline, it's going to help us get some other parts in eventually. So from here, where our eyes eventually will be, down here's the chin. Somewhere in the middle now, I'm going to put a little dot to represent the nose. So if I'm going to guess that this is about the middle, about here, I'll do a little dot. Okay, again, I wouldn't make it this dark usually, you guys, but I want you to see it. And I'm going to make another split here between this and this. So this eventually will be the nose. Here's the chin. In between those two spaces will be the mouth. So I'm going to guess half between here and here, halfway. I'm going to say right about there. So it looks kind of silly right now, but those are a couple guidelines for us. Let's go back up here to these guidelines and we'll make some eyes. When we make our eyes, we're going to make them so that they are above and below this guideline. We're going to make some curved lines. Think of a rainbow. So I'm going to go across to make a rainbow right here. And I'm going to go across and make a rainbow right over here. Now I'm going to finish and connect it at the bottom. Same thing, make a curved line. So I start to get that football shape for the eyes. All right. Now, before I go further, I'm going to erase these guidelines because they always are kind of funky to keep looking at them. So I'm going to erase them to get and then get into the other details with those eyes. So now what I can do is I have the eye shape. I am going to draw in some circles. And then I could draw in a smaller circle for the iris. It can be looking somewhere so I could darken that. All right. Now, also with the eyes, above it, I can start to put in some curved lines to represent some eyebrows. And I can add more to these later, but I'm just going to place those in there. So we've got eyebrows and we've got some eyes. Now we can make some eyelashes. Both boys and girls have eyelashes. So if this was going to be more of a girl for the face, I might make these lashes a little bit longer. In the boy example I did, I have them. They're just shorter. They're a little smaller, but I'm going to make these stand out a little bit more. All right. Then when I put the nose in, since our noses stick out from our face, we don't want a pig nose down here. I want you to think about the number 7. Only this time around, it's going to be upside down. Here's what that's going to look like. I'm going to start a line over by the eye here. I'm going to drop a line down, and then I'm going to come in. And that can be our nose. That could be it. Now, I know I have that dot there. I'm going to get rid of that dot. Now, for those of you out there who've drawn lots of faces and you're into drawing noses, you could add more and add nostrils and add value and shading. But I'm going to keep it very plain today. Now, with the mouth, I can use that line and just start to create the mouth. But that's not it, because we have lips. So we're just going to place that in there. And now I'm going to connect from one end here across to the other. So there's the bottom lip. The top lip, I could take a line and curve it in and curve it back out. So here's how that'll look. Curve it inwards, curve it out. Okay. So this girl's got, you know, fuller lips. I had that little marker dot there. Just kind of erasing. I can still see it, but I'm going to keep going with it. So I have some basics of the face. Now I need something for ears. Here's a guideline for you. Look at the corner of the eyes that you drew and think of the letter C. You can make a skinny C on the side to make an ear. Now it's going to be a backwards C. I could add a little squiggle if I want inside the ear, just leave it alone. Now, I know everyone wants to get to the hair. We're going to hold off still on the hair because I'm going to work and finish off the bottom here. Since I have space here, I don't want just this floating head. It's a portrait. We're going to have this person sitting and we're going to show their neck, which I'm going to drop a line down, looking at the eye here, looking down. So I get a neck, so it's not a toothpick neck. And then I'm going to go right off the page with some shoulders. We all have shoulders. We're going to draw them in. And then I could also place a curved line here just to have the opening of a shirt. Could add it so I had a little collar or something here. And I can leave that. Okay, so now let's go back up for the hair. Now, boys and girls, no matter what, with your hair, if you had all that space up there and it looks really weird, you're doing this right. So if I was doing a girl, I'm not going to have her hair just come right off of the top of this line. That would be funky. And even for boys, if they have short hair, it wouldn't come right out of that line either. Things are going to go below this headline, okay? Hair's going to go below it and go above it. So here's what I mean. Let's say this girl has a part in her hair over here. So I'm going to draw a line as though there's the part. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a big line to show the shape of her hair. I'm not going to just start to draw a bunch of lines to make hair. So I'm going to take this up with a curved line and bring it down. And maybe I'll just bring it down so that it's like behind the shoulders. Big swooping line. Okay, not done yet though, because we still have all this, right? I'm going to go back over here though from that part, And I'm going to drop this line down as well behind the ear, like this. Okay. And I can take this part and I can also put some hair here, and I can take this line over. So that leaves this crazy headline, right? So there's a couple things you could do. You could just erase it, and then you can draw in some lines for the hair to show some texture. Sometimes you could take that line, turn it into a headband for the girls. But a lot of times you gotta just erase it. It helped us draw our face, and now we move it out. Again, mine I drew kind of dark, so you might still see my guideline. So try to draw light. So I could finish this off just by drawing in some lines, showing the hair, coming down. If I wanted to add a barrette or add something else in there, I could. But that's just some basics for you guys as to how to draw a face and to use lines and shapes, stuff you already know how to draw, and you can do it. Now, when I color, I'm going to use oil crayons to color this in. So you may choose anything you want to color. So I want you to have a fun time coloring it in. Here we go. Okay, so I thought before I start coloring, I would show a boy drawing. And right now I was laughing at this because it just looks like some bald guy right now. But I'm going to show you boys how to do some boy hair then. So you get this too, even if you have short hair. So again, even though this line is here when I made the oval for the face, it's going to be gone. We're not going to draw hair coming out like that. That would just not make sense. So if I'm doing some hair that's maybe a little more all over the place, maybe it's some bedhead or something, again, I'm going to think about a part. I'm thinking about like where hair would kind of separate. So I'm going to put some sort of part in here to help me get started. And then I'm going to put some hair out here, like sections of hair. Okay, and just kind of curve my pencil lines around a little bit and have some swooping lines for hair. And then I'm going to go across this way and also down over that head line up here and just kind of work my way down towards the ear. Hey, now they're looking a little bit more normal, huh? It's some bedhead. But again, I would erase this line in here, and you may still see mine because I did try to go dark so you can see my drawing as I'm going. But I would tidy that up. And then when I color, I could show some of those texture lines of the hair as well. There we go. We got some boy hair. It's still short, but it's coming in from that headline and it's heading out too. Hope that helped. So how did it go, everybody? I hope you had fun and learned something new today with drawing portraits, drawing faces. For my Cheyenne friends, if you are on Schoology, I will also have an image you can print that shows the how-to in drawing these faces. So I hope you had a lot of fun, and I'll see you next week.